This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock has tips to protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report phishing, and update the software on your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, let LifeLock alert you to suspicious uses of your personal information. LifeLock also fixes identity theft, guaranteed or your money back. Stay smart, safe, and protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Oh, happy Monday, everybody. This is your timeless elite, your PR princess, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me on this wonderful Monday. As you can tell, it's been if you live in the East Coast, it's been very dreary. It's been very dreary with storms lately. And if you're a fan of football, you follow me because it's been polarizing because Texas A&M's undefeated, but the Dolphins, they're kind of, we don't know what's going to happen, but I am here with all of you talking about wrestling because we had Bound for Glory, we had Crown Jewel, and as you know, we had Monday Night Raw earlier this morning from Perth, Australia at Netflix, and we're going over everything, but I am not alone. I am so happy to have him back. You might have saw him on Friday when we caught up on SmackDown, and also he was with Boss Lady when the two of them were part of Nikki and Bree's podcast. So I'm happy he's here with me today to go over the rundown. Mr. Kane McCoy, how are you, sir?
You can look and you can touch. If you click the link in the bio, click the link in the bio. I'm doing well, Court. Busy weekend. Sorry about your Dolphins. I tell you what happened to them. Arby's just announced the new steak nuggets. That's where the Dolphins are going. It's dolphin meat. Shouts to my Commanders. We play foosball in a few. And I think we're both doing a lot better than Seth freaking Rollins currently, yeah?
Yes, we are doing a lot better than that. But before we even get into that, we actually had some breaking news right before we jump on here. Ridge Holland announced that he is not getting his contract renewed by WWE. He actually posted this on his socials today where he quoted saying, "I have been informed that WWE will not be renewing my contract when it ends on November 14th. He also wrote, WWE are still going to cover my rehab from injury, but my guaranteed pay will end. Quite frustrating to say the least, as I cannot work for another 6 months due to my injury. With a family of 5 to support, my career with WWE has been blighted by misfortune, but I'm still thankful and grateful for the opportunity and experience. The shining light that has always kept me going is the huge support from a handful of special human beings. Thank you."
I mean, tough break for Ridge Holland. Okay, you're thinking it too. Yeah, but not as hard as the break as when Ridge Holland broke Big E's neck. Okay,
yes.
Okay, we got it out the way. We got it out the way. Kayfabe, whatever's out the way. I mean, Ridge Holland is, you think about his career in WWE and you just think about the wasted potential. That's about as much as you can label it. You know, he comes in. Wasn't Ridge Holland originally with Parker Boudreaux?
I think so.
What was Parker's name? Holland, whatever. He was with Joe Gacy in him, right? Like when he first debuted, and then he ended up becoming a brawling brute, which I thought went well for him. Then he got sent back to NXT. Was with Chase U. It just seems like wherever they put him, there was a little spark, but we never got the full squeeze out of him. A legit tough man, a guy that played professional rugby before entering professional wrestling, just really tough guy. And they kind of made that the gimmick a little bit here and there. It just seems like overall this was a waste of somebody who I think could have been like a really high mid-card guy, in my opinion.
Well, speaking of mid-cards and a person that knows a lot about NXT very well and had some very interesting say about Ridge Holland, is actually one of our officials from WWT, our mayor in the building.
So I can see that me and Sid are going to be excited about a potential Commanders win tonight. However, we are going to differ upon our wrestling opinions. Go ahead, Mayor.
Hold on. We're gonna do that again. Speaking of mid card and then transitioning to me just didn't feel right. Real.
I didn't say mid.
Amen. He appears. I believe it.
Said.
Okay.
Hello. It is Monday, which means that you're getting a drop in from your mayor of Women's Wrestling Talk. No, not a mid-carder, a main eventer. We are not doing that on a Commanders Monday for sure. But how is everybody doing today?
Doing good.
I mean, HTTC, first of all, held to the Commanders. And it seems that Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker said hell to Seth Rollins because, man, that spear was cray-cray to end Monday Night Raw. Or Monday Morning Raw for some of us.
Yeah, Monday Morning Raw, because it was, 5 a.m. here? So, like, by the time I woke up, all the tweets and recaps and all that stuff were already done. So
that is true. Well, Sad, you just came in just in time because we had some breaking news earlier that Ridge Holland is not getting his contract renewed. And I know you and Will have been very vocal about Ridge Holland and just wanted to get your quick thoughts about his latest report.
You know, it's unfortunate. And I think with so many shows we have going on, it looks like they actually try. I actually feel like the company did try to find spaces for everybody that was kind of in that, like, hey, we can't feature you for a couple hours on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, but we can put you over here at Main Event. We can put you over here at NXT. We can put you over here in Evolve. So Ridge has been doing work in Evolve for a while now. And it seems like he did the NXT thing. He did the Brawling Brutes thing. They tried to find spaces for him. And I think before he had like the double knee injury thing in NXT, before he got called up, he had a character. He had a good character that could have gotten over. I think where we went wrong with Ridge was obviously the Big E injury, because fans don't forget. Fans are going to let you know every single time. And then there were times where obviously he was really apologetic for it, like accidents happen type of thing. Not entirely his fault, but then they tried to take his character and kind of lean into that a little bit more, like the whole like, hey, like I hurt people, we don't care type thing. And it's like, I don't know if that was the right call either. So I hadn't seen much of his work in Evolve. It does seem like he may have maybe some legal matters to go through with WWE because he got hurt on the job, and it seems like they're not he's not getting his guaranteed paid by his post, his actual comments. So there might be some stuff there to work through, which is very interesting because the first paragraph reads like, hey, thank you for my time, but yo, like, run me my ends. That's the way I read it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like, I'm just letting y'all know, like, they're not covering my health insurance. I'm not getting my biweekly pay. I got 5 miles to feed. That's the way I read it. So hopefully now that's out there, TKO and the board do the right thing so he can provide for his family. But just unfortunate. Me personally, as far as landing spots, he said he's about to open up his own coaching school. I don't know if he means wrestling or like just personal fitness. Former professional athlete. I think when I see guys leave WWE, the first thing people think is like, oh yeah, they should go to AEW. No. I think TNA is a great landing spot now since they've done like their biggest gate just yesterday. But also, New Japan is right there. Ridge fits that New Japan style so well, where it's less promo, less storytelling. From a verbal standpoint, it's all hard hitting. Go to New Japan, get your feet wet over there, and then still young enough to come back overseas back to the States and do some real good work in one of these major companies. But like, I would love to see him in New Japan if that's the case. Unfortunately for him, in the WWE world and space, he was never going to get over that
Big E injury.
He was never going to get over that. And until like, and of course, Big E was on Stephanie's pod last week, who's very happy in this space, says his career is behind him. Like, until we see like Big E like do a clothesline or something like that, like people are never going to forget that. Like that stench is just there. So it's unfortunate. But in New Japan, build up your notoriety, do the same thing that Bronson Reed did when he returned to Jonah over there for a bit. And then it's like you can kind of rebuild and recaptivate yourself.
Well, we do have a person that knows Ridge Holland from NXT very well. It's our other official who is Mr. NXT, our councilman, Will PHARAOH.
None of those other stories fucking matter. Throw all that shit away. The next hour and a half is going to be how my client, Roxanne Perez, is the number one contender for the World Heavyweight title. Your councilman has done it once again.
We will get to
that. Can we just point out how good that Courtney's introduction of Will was? Another esteemed elected official, but for me, I get called mid-card. That is exactly why we are going to court. That is exactly why.
He called you mid-card?
I didn't mean it wasn't intentional.
Damn.
It was a TK transition. She said, speaking of mid-card.
That puts such a visual when you say it. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it. It was kind of like a sneak diss. I didn't even think about it, but I was like, "Oh, okay." You know, good mid card. You want to open the show or end the show. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
you know. She said that you was the Mara Shade Indy Hartwell match, basically. Just
call me the Miles Bourne of WWT. That's what you did.
Oh man,
that's what you did.
Lights out with Lexus King on a random episode. Just cause.
Well, I just want to get your quick thoughts. What do you think of Ridge Holland not getting his contract renewed for WWE?
Smartest thing that could happen. He right up there with Wesley. They said the biggest thing, like they weren't gonna forgive you for that Big E thing, and since y'all not gonna push into it and really let him do it. Like, yo, go somewhere else. Like, show him. Like, but I do hope that I haven't seen his in-ring performances as of late, but I do hope that they are improving and get a little bit better, just a little bit sharper than what I have seen him perform as. But it's the same thing, man. Like, you have an opportunity now to go show WWE why they should have re-signed you.
Yeah, do we all remember the random match with Mike Santana like less than a month ago? Remember he attacked Santana? Yeah. That just happened and just kind of went away. I wonder, did he get injured in that match? And maybe that's why they put the parachute on that storyline. But anyway, regardless,
there was no pop. They got no pop.
Yeah, exactly. No pop.
No pop.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of random. It was like, Mike Santana is in the midst of this championship chase to save TNA and get the World Heavyweight Championship back. And he's attacked by, check notes, Ridge Holland.
Nobody knew who he was when he was out there. So it's like,
yeah, when he ran out. Yeah, it was a little weird. So Ridge Holland, I can't wait to see you in May of 2026 at a Progress Wrestling show.
Indeed.
I'll see you then, buddy.
We do wish Ridge Holland best in all his future endeavors and everything that is, but we're just going to jump right into Monday Night Raw since it happened earlier this morning in Perth, Australia. The fallout from Crown Jewel. We did kick off with the Vision, but we'll talk about that later. We did kick off with a match between Dominic Mysterio and Penta for the Intercontinental title. I did not know Dominic was still undefeated from Penta from the past 3 times because they mentioned it on Raw, but shockingly enough, he is still the champ. And even though Rusev tried to intimidate him, he still found a way for victory. But the biggest prize of that, he will be facing off against Rusev next week for the Intercontinental title. So he gets the biggest prize of all. We also did have some ladies action. Rhea Ripley taking on Kairi Sane. And even though Rhea picked up the victory, the Kabuki Warriors got the last laugh. And I just wanted to get you guys' quick thoughts on How did you feel about Kairi Sane's performance, along with Asuka and Kairi destroying both Io Sky and Rhea Ripley?
Can I just throw out, WWE needs to start sending us checks. Did I not just have a whole rant about why is Penta not going for the IC title? And look what just happened to happen on Monday Night Raw. Yet for some reason, Hickenbottom act like he don't hear us.
We have to get more like sexy with our opinions so we can end up in his Instagram feed in his real.
I mean, I got a neon light. What more do he want? Like
one of us got to go through a barbershop window.
My hair is not up; it's down. Like how? What more? How much more sexier can you get? You got dudes wearing commando colors. That is dominant. How much more sexy do you want it?
Reddish, sexy reddish.
Courtney, I don't know the guidelines of what to say with sexy, including you without HR problems. So that's why I didn't throw that up there with you.
That's true. That's true. It's sexy.
Yeah, the rest of them, y'all can fill in Courtney's part. So
we digress. We digress.
But yeah,
we digress.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been amazing to see the Kabuki Warriors kind of have this heel streak. Is Kairi Sane a prisoner or nah? Like, it's real big, like, Madam House thing going on with Asuka. And is she, like, basically whipping Kairi Sane into shape to, like, do the bidding? And I think that, it's good to see Rhea get stretched out on this. I think we had the wrong result at Crown Jewel. I thought Kabuki Warriors should have went over. That would have made this even more interesting to see Rhea, not get the big win in her hometown, but to get that embarrassing loss and then have it follow up with her getting beat up some more on Monday. So, we're going to see what develops with this, because again, I feel like this story actually gets better without Rhea in it. This between Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Asuka, that's money by itself.
Kane, what did you say Rhea was? She got what?
Hashtag stretched out. Yes.
Oh, okay. Because me and Dylan had the same question. I was. What did you say at the beginning?
Stretched out. I saw Sid do a turn, and I was like, I did say stretched out, right? All right, cool.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what did he say? Mayor, what about you? Your thoughts?
Mrs. Rice, I see what you're doing. You're attempting to hijack the Monday Nightmare post show with these topics here. But again, it is a Commanders Monday, and I will not allow you to steal my joy. But we're gonna talk about this on CEO Wednesdays.
Look, I'm just trying to do this because it's Monday and it's Raw. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to talk about Raw.
We're bearing the lead here. The real story is that we are no longer getting Def Rebelled. The Pirate Princess got her theme back. That is the real story here. A theme that she has made a part of her character dating back to the Mae Young Classic. On top of that, we are slowly telling the storylines of Dom separating from the Judgment Day and being his own man. For as many weeks in a row, we've seen him not only defend his title, but win the match on his own. Even though he's cheating, he's no longer just Dominic that's a part of Judgment Day. He's Dominic that is fully going into his Guerrero phase right now, finding different ways to win on his own and really establishing himself as one of the top stars in this company, whether it be babyface or heel. Now with the Kabuki Warriors, I've been very vocal about hating the Rio stuff, and we're doing that just for the sake of doing it. But if it keeps Rhea away from the title picture and Stephanie, then it makes sense for now. Asuka, and I'm pretty sure Sindel would agree with this now. Like Asuka is definitely the gaslighter and abusive, but Kairi's following suit. So Kairi's storytelling here is all you need to see because she's going against what she considered her family. It's good to see Rhea not be so dominant. I don't think they should have got the win at Crown Jewel. So we're going to keep telling this story, probably heading into War Games and get like a mosh posh of people challenging each other. You'll probably see the Kabuki Warriors and Judgment Day and some combination of Rio and Bailey and Bird Lady, something around there as your War Games women's match. And then you might get Becky and AJ Lee on opposites as well. That's what it's looking like.
That
was real American of y'all to say. I like how y'all put that, because I'm saying, like, Kyrie know what it is. That is your elder. She brought you up.
That's your
okay.
OG.
Yeah, you stepping out loud talking about, I don't know if I could do that. Who the fuck you talking to? If you talk back to your mama, what happens? Get smacked, right? No one's calling her abuser. That's just parenting. EO the same thing. And you know what? This is EO fault. Like your mom has always told you, this is what happens when you bring the white women home. What happens? And this is what happened.
That's kind of where I was like angling with it, but yes, thank you.
EO was out here messing around with them white girls, listening to Taylor Swift, and forgot who she was.
Oh my God.
They were probably listening to like Cannibal Corpse or something, like something that involved like a satanic ritual, but we don't do that over.
I don't believe
the
it.
Joshies.
I believe Rhea Ripley be at home listening, and we don't talk about Bruno and watching Disney.
Oh my God.
Tattoos is just for the character.
Yeah. but other than that, like, we're definitely building snowmen. Like her and Buddy Matthews are doing karaoke too. We don't talk about Bruno.
Yep.
The pop I'm gonna let out when EO actually rejoins them, and let's just let it happen on a live show. Do it on the Japan tour. Just do it unbeknownst to us Americans in Japan. Like, just do a hard reset. We're doing hard resets now. Make that a hard reset.
Yeah.
That should be. That should be. But I was very happy to see Kyrie Sane in that match, and the fans were really into it. And I am happy to see that she is getting a lot of presence, more time on TV, and hopefully we'll see more of this story about all four ladies. And since you were talking about Lyra and Bailey, the two of them were in tag team action against Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. It was a hard-fitting tag team match, and I thought at least Bailey and Lyra would not get on the same page, but they did, and they ended up picking up a victory. Lyra and Bailey, of course, this whole three-person persona with Bailey, because we saw Hugger Bailey, we seen a little bit of Anger Bailey. Who knows what's going to happen there, but it is not the last time you will see Judgment Day, because while we saw Stephanie Vaquer celebrating her victory against Tiffany Stratton, we got to see an appearance by a familiar face she knows very well, Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne.
How you make this the solo? Like, how you make this big? Oh, I'm sorry. How you make this big? Like,
I don't know.
that's what we need right there. It's about, hey, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Councilman.
All right.
I really appreciate it.
Because you could have got her and Becky Lynch and Rhea, but your councilman with a lot of dossiers and a lot of blackmail envelopes.
There you go.
We are where we are supposed to be. Last night showed us everything, man. The world is resetting and it's getting to the future. Once again, where the fuck is our check? Because didn't we just talk about this last week? We need to get out with the old, and we need to start focusing on the future stars. And we saw all of that this Monday. Where's our check, Paul?
Yeah, to get some new blood in here, I'm happy to see them run it back. That's the whole point of NXT, correct? To see tomorrow's stars today. Well, the calendar has turned. Today is tomorrow. The time is now. And finally, we get to see this on the grandest stage of Roxanne Perez versus Stephanie Vaquer. I mean, this is going to be lit, man. Like, I saw it and I was like, streets need this. We need this. I don't like Roxanne taking the pin, but, you know.
First off, we're not worried about that tag match. First of all, she needs to stop being in tag matches anyway. None of them girls should be in tag matches anyway. You know what that could have been for? and not even have to have Roxanne in there. Could have been fucking another triple threat match for the U.S. title. Since one's bringing Becky up.
The what?
Intercontinental.
The U.S. title.
Oh, my bad. Intercontinental title.
Oh, I was like, the U.S. title. What's that? I didn't know that even was a thing.
My bad. It's the IC title. That could have been a number one contendership match. Because who's facing Becky? Right now, nobody.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because they mentioned it on Raw that she will be facing off against Maxine Dupree next week,
which was the match of the week last week. So if they have any guts in that booking room, you pull the goddamn trigger. Just do it.
Do it.
Have it be a shock. Have Becky get taken out by AJ. Whatever, you do it. And it's like if Maxine has a 1-2 week title run, who cares?
Exactly.
She got the accolade.
And I think she could work with that IC title for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then you have like Natty as her muscle.
Yeah, let's surprise the fans and like really build a new star right here because she's been working very hard. And as far as this, like I've been saying it every single week, like a broken record, Roxanne's the most consistent women's performer on Monday Night Raw. I don't like that we're getting here so fast. I think Raquel should have probably been up next just because she's been a pretty dominant big man. Give Stephanie something to conquer. But even if Roxanne doesn't come out on top here in this next match, I don't think it hurts her, and it paints the picture of probably who your Royal Rumble winner is going to become beginning of the year with Roxanne. As far as Bayley and Lyra, I don't know where we go with that. We might as well just get the Charlotte Alexa match out the way. I feel like Bayley's character had more depth with the backstage segments, but tonight made it seem like she's just Festus in women's form. Mm-hmm. And
it's a big like Inside Out movie happening with Bayley.
Yeah,
it's Inside Out. It's just these emotion things happening, and I'm not getting it yet.
It's not catching me. It's not catching.
Yeah, it's not hitting me. As far as the IC title, to go back to that for a quick sec, yes, more and more I think about it, they got to find a way to pay off this referee Jessica Carr situation. You just don't have Jessica Carr do a quick, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 count to give Maxine Dupree the DQ win over Becky and not have the rematch in which Jessica Carr causes Becky Lynch the title. They could be getting to an argument or something. Too. Exactly. So, maybe we're going to see something with that, but we just can't forget that happened. That, to quote Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr., that ref fucked on me as Jessica Carr did to Becky Lynch. So we're going to see that payoff.
Becky out here doing the Lord's work for real with elevating the entire women's division. So shout out to the third greatest horsewoman. She doing good work here.
Who's the top two? Who's 1 and 2?
Bayley was number one, but
for me,
not she 4.
She's still
for reasons of 10 belts around the globe. Mercedes,
Bayley
is number 2.
It's amazing how you jump from 3 to 2, but hey, I can't deny Mercedes right now. It's a battle. It's a battle right now.
I think we need to revisit this debate because how long has it been since you guys had that debate?
It's been probably a year.
A year.
Yeah,
we keep up with it though. Can we really say that Bayley's better than Mercedes right now?
Bayley because she was the first Grand Slam in my eyes.
Yeah, Charlotte is still 4 just because it's consistent, but it's like you have the accolades, but it's not like I can't call this was your most memorable match. Becky is the man. But, she's had her accolades and her moments too, but she battles between Bayley. And then far beyond, if this them, this her,
it's
Mercedes Moné. It's a gap right now. It's a big gap right now. That girl just was like, hey, watch this. Leaving was the best thing she could have ever done.
However, I still think she has to get the AEW Women's World Championship, or this whole collector of belts thing is just kind of, it's like
here's why I say that could be a payoff till way later because of what they're doing now. Giving Chris Statlander the belt it's doing the same thing that they're now doing on Raw. You're lowering back, and I don't even want to say lowering. You're resetting the division. Now we get to see some of these other people, like if Harley Cameron like really got a world title shot, you now seem it being more believable that Harley might be able to beat Chris Statlander and become the women's world champion. You now have
as opposed to being fed to Mercedes.
Exactly. Or fed to Tony. So now you have that. So let Mercedes go accomplish all these other things. Bring the TBS championship with her. Now reigning longer than Jade Cargill.
And I don't know how long this contract is, but if she get that AEW title and somehow get her hands on the tag team titles within this contractual obligation before doing whatever else, it's done. It's done. That gap will never be closed.
Nah, she can't. Like, how you conquer a whole company?
Question: who would be her tag team partner?
I think for shits and giggles, Harley.
Yeah,
honestly.
Anytime you get a chance to bring that puppet out, like, why not?
I'm gonna go left field because I think with Harley and Willow, I'm gonna go with Athena.
I like it. I do like it.
That feels like it would be like a long time if they pair them two together.
Yeah, and with Harley, like Harley is her best when she like beefing with Mercedes. Like Harley's promos were fire when she was with Mercedes, when she had to go with Mercedes. Like she really brings it out of her. That's the only reason why I would say I'd like to see that. Plus the dynamic between them, it would give you the hilarity you need while also giving you like a dope storyline with them as the tag champs. And it don't even have to be a crazy long run. Like it could really just be like a good 3 to 4 months and then give it to another like good established tag team.
Something that eventually leads to them having a feud.
Yeah, because then you have an out if Harley takes the pin and they drop. But like if you, I can't see either one of her or Athena getting pinned for the belts if that were to happen.
Yeah, they both too hot. That's the only problem. They both so good right now. That's where I feel like the ego and stuff will come in. Like the Forever Day champion and 10 belts Monet, like that's some powerhouse stuff.
And Athena's on break. She'll be on break right before Ring of Honor Final Battle in December.
What is this, Christmas or something? Maybe you on break. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, allegedly she's supposed to be taking a break, but she'll be back by December for Ring of Honor Final Battle. But for getting back to Raw, we did have a main event, a triple threat match for the number one contender for the World Heavyweight title. CM Punk, main event Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Hard-fitting battle by three. By three of these guys right here. It was a hard-fitting battle, but in the end, it was CM Punk that got the win. But you would think he would pay the price for it because, well, apparently they beat him up, and we thought that it was going to end the same way the Vision did, but that did not happen.
Before you do that, I just got to say something about this triple threat match.
Yes. No. Nah.
CM Punk should not have won.
Who do you think should?
LA Knight
should be facing Seth next. LA Knight, CM Punk,
He should have.
It should have been LA Knight, man. It should have been LA Knight. I'm sorry.
Because he's the one that basically got nerfed by the fake injury from Seth freaking Rollins.
Bro.
So, he got the win, asterisk, but Seth Rollins, nerfed him. And he really hasn't got the proper comeuppance with that. Because even when they had the match, there was interference and whatnot. And I just think that at some point, you have to pull the trigger with LA Knight. He's only had one championship match, which you knew Roman was going to go over. So at least if you see him against Seth, it's like, okay, they might actually do it. So to kind of see this happen, although, again, CM Punk is owed a rematch. He just had to go through a triple threat.
Is he? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Triple H institute some shit where rematches are not a thing anymore?
I mean,
because Jey Uso never got his rematch.
His one-on-one, he
never got that. And CM Punk technically was champion long enough to receive a rematch.
I mean, he got the 1, 2, 3. I know he get the side plates, but it's in history books. He was champion.
Yeah, but not long enough to knock into place to where you get a rematch clause. That's what I'm saying.
Especially
it's just like
it's like
it's
like the pencil.
Okay,
it's the pencil. It all matters. But I mean, CM Punk wins at this point. Now that we know what's kind of going on, is he even going to fight Seth Rollins as champion? Who will the champion be if he faces? Because Seth might got a little boo boo.
Yeah, he might have to because CM Punk did get destroyed. We thought it was going to end with the Vision, but we got something very different that ended Raw.
You know how you knew something was going bad? When he walked out in that suit. I was like, tonight is going to end horribly for him. I don't know why. This suit just attracts disaster. I knew it when he walked out. Like, this is not going to go well for him tonight. I don't know what's about to happen.
I feel like the sling was on under the suit. If you guys haven't been seeing the socials, he's been walking around Perth, Australia in a sling. Fans have seen it. So,
yeah.
You can speculate that coast to coast he did at Crown Jewel was what did him in. But I mean, we've seen injury angles earlier this year.
Why would he headbutt him?
For the game, I guess. I don't know.
What was that?
Adam Copeland jumping off the cage onto Malachi Black couldn't believe what he saw when he saw that move. Okay, like I was like, what?
I was so confused. Like, did he just go head first?
It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Like when I seen it, I was like, oh, that looked painful. And you can see like Cody even had to kind of like lunge himself forward a little bit to like take the impact of it. So if Cody wouldn't even moved, he probably would have just like, looked like a fish out of water, just like flopping onto the canvas. I just saw it. I was just like, oh, and you could tell when Seth landed, he was like, ooh, that's one I wish I could have had back, bro.
That was an awkward ass move. I've never seen him do that before, and I was like, yo, don't do that again.
That was something that Tyler Black did like 15 years ago on like a ROH post show match against like Necro Butcher or something. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna bust this out one time for Australia. Nah, fam. Not a good idea.
This moment is trash for the sake of like it's shock value for the sake of shock value to me. Like it didn't have to happen tonight. You could have planted the seeds, but we'll know in the coming days like how severe the injury is or if it's a work and Seth is playing us again, just like with the Money in the Bank contract. But what it opens the door for is for Heyman to continue to be the mastermind behind the vision, maybe add another guy, looking at somebody like Austin Theory. And I don't think Seth is in this place where we want to see Seth Rollins at the top of the card, but we're just here. He'll be the champion for however long. But the only way this payoff makes sense is if this new iteration of the vision adds more members, kind of goes NWO-ish, and there's not enough money in the world right now. But if we were able to get a Shield reunion out of this to take on Braun, Bronson, and somebody else, that would be money. I know there's not a dollar sign in the world that can make that happen, but if that was a long-term payoff, that would be money.
Who would the third guy for the Shield be?
It's only one.
Kurt Angle?
It's the best Shield member, but you got.
I mean, we can't ask the greatest Shield member to come out of retirement like that.
Would it be Kurt Angle to bust it back out?
The checkbook. One night only.
I mean, the third guy of the Shield is currently trying not to get Molotov cocktailed by Golf Boy.
Hey, listen, all I'm gonna say is this: if at Saturday Night Main Event, Edge is John Cena's last match, I will believe anything can happen. Anything can happen if we see Edge come out as his last opponent.
Let me say something.
Moxley back.
Anthony Rafiq Khan would rather play defensive line for the Jags with no pads.
I mean, hey, listen.
In street clothes.
Name the price.
Do that.
Right. You can either.
How we got to set up the contractual obligation for merchandise sales, all that type of stuff. Name the price. It's going to do numbers.
Exactly. And what you want to do? You want to be petty or you want to be part of history?
I feel like
because what's the number at right now? 5-year, 10-year reunion, 15?
Who's that for?
I was 10, probably 10.
Oh, Shield.
Yeah.
It's less than 10. It's about what when because Mox left in 2018, right? He left WWE in 2018, and he was in AEW by 2019. So yeah, it's been about 7, 8 years.
Just need one night only. That's all you need. Just one night only to make it happen. You can go back. We can play like it never happened, but
we synced it.
It's been 13 years.
It's been 13 years since Dean Ambrose was in WWE.
No.
Since the Shield. Oh, okay. I was like,
they formed in 2012.
That's right.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I think with this vision thing, Seth Rollins, you can see that he's actually wearing like a brace under his arm. He didn't lift one. I think it's his left arm that's injured, right? Yeah, it's his left.
Yeah, it's the left.
He never lifted the left. Even when he raised it in, it was the right. So this seems to be legit, even though Seth Rollins has really been like real life Andy Kaufman. Well, Andy Kaufman was a real person, but he's been Andy Kaufman us with like, is he or isn't he? Like what's going on? And I think for them to pull this, something's up with Seth that's going to keep him out for some time being. But to Seth's point, now what is the follow-up? Because now you've panic booked, right? So now you've ended something that was supposed to stretch a lot longer than what it was supposed to, clearly. So the genie is out of the bottle. Word to Christina Aguilera. It's out. You can't put it back in. You can't say, LOL, JK, CM Punk. This was a whole finger poke of doom, swerve on you anyway. No. We have to follow this up with Seth vacates and we get Braun, CM Punk, and Braun gets the rub and is the new world champion, as evident by this picture to foreshadow us. Or we vacate and we get Punk versus Braun to set something up. But if Seth is going to be out of the equation, then you got to knock him out the equation. Or this leads to Seth and Braun at Survivor Series. Or what's in December? Is there a December event or is it Saturday? Oh, Saturday night's main event.
Saturday night's main event.
So do you put Seth and Braun, such a big magnitude match like that, on John Cena's last match? So it's like, okay, what's the follow-up here now?
And I don't think people are interested in seeing Seth as a babyface. We've seen that. And I mean, me as a fan, I don't care. I think it's more interesting if you look at the end of Roman and Bronson's match where he was walking away and he said, I want the way things used to be. I want the power back. If you pull that trigger and somehow do that and redo like a bloodline matchup, but Roman is leading this faction now, that's far more interesting because you're already painting Jay as like the new version of the tribal chief, so to speak. But Seth, if he's legitimately hurt, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I saw Cody wrestle with a torn pectoral. I feel like it's somewhat manageable. But if it's bad, I think they're still trying to see how bad it is as far as like vacating the title, things like that. The problem is like I do disagree with CM Punk being the number one contender because like why is LA Knight here? Why is he constantly in this space where it's like do or die for him? Like they might as well just did like the transitional thing with LA Knight if Seth is really hurt. But they're going to be scrambling for the next week as we build towards Survivor Series because I got to feel like Seth was a big part of that show.
Yeah.
I just got to throw this out there. He hurt and been hurt. Let's just rewind the clocks. You remember Seth got hurt after WrestleMania 40 in Philly?
40. It was 40.
And he was supposed to be out for a minute. And then he came back in June because the stories got stale and they needed him there. And this is around that time Damian Priest was champ.
Mm-hmm.
And so they needed someone to be able to be there to do that. And then that's when you had, the whole Bronson Reed thing with the tsunamis. And then what happened? He was out. And then he had to come back September 30th of that same time. So he has never really had a chance to heal because then you had the Raw Netflix premiere in January and he's been running ever since. Seth Rollins has not slowed down to let his body heal, to let himself really get where he needs to go. It was supposed to be after WrestleMania. After WrestleMania, he's supposed to be gone for a good little minute. And he never did. And I think this is that time now of where you get that, where it's like, yo, we're seeing Roman leave. We're seeing these people leave. We're seeing Rhea Ripley not in the title picture no more. It's like, yo, it is the new generation, and this is where it needs to be. Seth, go away for a little bit, come back to see like what is new for you with where everybody else is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't see.
Yeah,
relax a little bit.
Relax.
You know,
you got it. You're right. You are one of the greatest of all time. Can't lie to you there.
Yeah. Maybe, see if like Sheen got some clothes on the clearance rack, cop some new fits.
You know what I'm saying? Go do a movie.
Yeah. I mean, they still make the Marine. He could be like the Marine 12.
He was in Captain America until they changed the story up.
Mm.
He was supposed to be with Giancarlo Esposito.
Wow.
But they changed the story and they dropped his scenes. So he
that's right. Stuff. Yeah. They Nikki Bella'd him.
Yeah, they did.
Like, yeah, it's me. Trifling. Hollywood, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, we do wish Seth a speedy recovery if it's serious, but lots of questions happening after Monday Night Raw. Obviously, we know Braun Breaker wants the title, and we also know outside of Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree, we are going to have the WWE Tag Team titles, JD McDonough and Finn Balor defending against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee next week from Sacramento, California.
Oh, in Sacktown?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not driving to Sacramento. I don't know why I even put that out there. Clearly, like Seth Rollins, my vision was short-sighted for that.
I see what you did there.
Tomato.
Well, we segue
What's
from
next
Raw.
part?
Well, we segue from Raw, and we're going to talk about TNA Bound for Glory last night. Question: did anybody catch any highlights or watch a little bit of TNA Bound for Glory?
Woo, did we all? I mean, we were very excited. Shouts to the TNA Hall of Famers, the beautiful people, Velvet Sky, Angelina Love, and from the great Commonwealth of Virginia, Richmond, Virginia to be exact, the one and only hardcore country, Mickie James herself. I wish the TNA Hall of Fame ceremony, I wish they would have told people, the audience, to be there for it. It was a little like empty and kind of like not lighted well. And when they used to do it with like the smaller Impact stage, they had the board behind them and everything. There was a random guy in a John Cena shirt. It could have been a little, they could have put in something. The presentation could have been a little more desirable, but shouts to the Hall of Famers. And also Jazz was there. No one like acknowledged Jazz. She was there giving out the awards, but no one like acknowledged her. But anyway, shouts to Jazz as well. Overall, interesting card. Definitely has the highest of the highs. It just has some really bewildering things. First and foremost, there you see on the screen my guy Carlos, and you see that's the inspiration, correct?
Yes, they are. That's
okay.
correct.
So I want to make sure because they are the inspiration, not the Iconics, even though they were called Iconic on NXT. I was like, did they get the name back? But then they said like Dudley Boys on TV, Team 3D. So I want to make sure the proper name. But yeah, you see Cassie and Jess retain the TNA Knockout Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, they did do that. Just going through quick. We also had the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match, which kind of ended very bizarre because we thought we had one winner. Apparently, because of Santino Marella, we have two winners, Frankie Kazarian and Nick Nemeth. And also, before I jump in, Frankie Kazarian also lost the TNA International title, and Steve Maclin is the new champion.
Why did you give him the title in the first place? Was he had like a 15-day reign? Do you just want him to be on Invasion Showdown with the International Championship? You just wanted that on WWE TV? Because if not, you could have had Steve Maclin, who was also on WWE TV, just kept him as champion and have him be in the four-way. It just didn't. It was a very weird booking decision, Councilman.
I'm just be honest. Until last night, I thought that was the same person.
It was bizarre.
I legit thought them two were the same people.
Frankie Kazarian and Steve Maclin.
Yeah. when that dude came out, and I was like, "Wait, what?" I promise you, I thought Frank Kazarian had this title the whole time.
Well, you know what? It's weird because Macklin was the Marine, yet Kazarian has more of the like military haircut, actually.
And what's crazy about it, I watched that dude perform live when I went to TNA with TK. I thought them two were the same people.
Because you've never seen them like together. Together.
I thought that was the same person.
It's like he's wrestling twice tonight.
I was sitting here just, how is that not the same guy? Like, yeah, all the way down.
That's the elite hunter, Councilman. That's the elite hunter. Remember when he was bounty hunting the elite in AEW?
That match made my head hurt because I was like, okay, which one of y'all from Earth 2 and which one is our like that's like I that really blew my mind watching that match. I did not.
I mean, but the craziest part is the fact that Kazarian lost and then like finagled his way into the Call Your Shot gauntlet match by clotheslining and eliminating Jody Threat. Kazarian was never even announced as a participant, FYI. Santino Marella came down to stop all the nonsense. He hits Kazarian with a Cobra in the ring. Well, Santino's out of the ring, hits the Cobra on Kazarian in the ring. Kazarian falls back out through the second rope and is just there. You forget all about him until you think Nick Nemeth wins. After I think he eliminated Cardona. Somebody got Cardona out there, but it was a little. I wanted to see somebody fresh win it. Kazarian won it last year and didn't win the title. So for him to kind of go back to back, and he did this Lex Luger, Bret Hart double winner thing. I wasn't. Yeah, it was a lot to be desired for such a big show with all eyes on TNA. For them to move forward, they had a couple of LOL TNA moments last night.
But who do you give it to? But think about this too. Who do you give it to without burying them? So sure, Matt Cardona wins, but you're not going to take the title off of, the winner of the championship match. I know we're going to get there. So it's like there's nobody but these two who can really take a L to that. Mm-hmm. Like Nick Nemeth is going to give the champ a great rivalry run with being able to help build this next chapter of TNA. So
even if he takes the loss.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, let's go ahead and get him in with a veteran thing to really build him up as champ.
And also with Frankie, you don't want to bury him. And also with the fact, too, because I didn't even realize this till they said this last night. He's never won the TNA World Heavyweight title during his tenure at TNA. Every single title he's held except the big one.
Yeah, and that's going to be my thing. He's the king of TNA, yet he's never been crowned as his world champion. He had his chance last year. He lost with Joe Hendry. And it's just like, okay, do we expect for him now to go over the winner of Trick and Mike Santana? And so I did what we're saying. And I thought they were going to pull, how Bound for Glory 2021 ended with Moose last night. When Moose came in and defeated Josh Alexander, Josh Alexander, that's his name. I could talk. So, I mean, yeah. What's next? I want to make sure I don't spoil.
Well, it's not going to be the last time we see these two because they actually came on later in the show. We also had this hard-hitting match, the TNA Knockouts Championship. Kalani Jordan taking on Indy Hartwell, and those ladies really did put on a clinic. Of course, Indy had her whole family there at ringside, and it was a hard-fitting match, but your winner and still TNA Knockouts champion is Kalani Jordan.
So let me tell you something. I love me some Indy Hartwell. I enjoy the character work. I enjoy the look. I enjoy the presentation. But Jesus Christ of suburbia. Indy Hartwell's been wrestling too long to, sometimes it's just like, I don't know if her and Kalani don't have chemistry or something, but the match just kind of lulled. And I think, to go back to the Call Your Shot gauntlet match, what would have been fire is if a knockout won the gauntlet match and then cashed in immediately to get the title off of Kalani, because I thought Indy was going to win it to bring the title back to a TNA star. But to see Kalani keep it is kind of like, well, who else from TNA is going to challenge her? Are they going to really establish Kalani as that Trick Williams type champion? It's not like she was busting down doors at NXT. So it kind of seems like that she couldn't get it done at NXT. So now she's going to run roughshod at TNA, which I thought this whole thing was to be like an equal partnership, tit for tat type of situation. So I would like to have seen, a knockout maybe win the call your shot gauntlet match to take the title off of Kalani if she was to beat Indy last night.
It's too short. And again, there's not a story been built up for that to really make sense. Then again, you're doing that to bury Kalani, because then it just shows, okay, you don't know, you were just a transitional champion, and it's like that's the thing you need to see the opposite of. Like, you see Trick Williams doing the heel route. Let's see what it is with her and what this title turns her into, because that's the thing that we hadn't get a chance to see, because we went on that long ass side quest with all the independent stars in NXT. Right now, like Indy, like you just said, Indy just really getting in here. So Indy is now just knowing what it's like to be a star and to really be able to be in the ring. But like, is Indy really ready to carry a brand? I don't think so. I don't think that it's there yet. Even with something she put out today talking about her and the Dexter Loomis thing was one of the best stories she's had. And it's like, yo, and look how that story was. Right now, there's no woman in the TNA division that you can see being able to carry the women's division brand right now. Controversial. Rosemary has gotten a little bit older. So this is going to give you a chance to do the same thing Trick did for Mike Santana. Mike Santana put in the work. Mike Santana kept having great matches after great matches, and his engagement with Trick Williams made us now believe that dude should have a title shot and has the potential to carry the brand. This hasn't been done yet with the women's division because she just became champion.
Yeah, it's a hard reset because Kalani is such a workhorse and always has been, but it does help you in light of what happened with Masha. It does help you kind of hard reset the division with young upstart. So like Indy, that was actually like her first loss. So I think it allows her to be seen as more vulnerable and kind of rebuild herself up after having defeat. But I think the person that you're going to crown the next like real leader of the Knockouts division, it's I don't want to call her Xia Li, it's like Lei Ying.
Lei Ying Li.
And I'm pretty sure the way they announced her like re-up with TNA was all you needed to see. That they view her as a staple of the Knockouts division, like announcing her, giving her that contract in the ring, publicly televised, things like that. I think you're going to start seeing her more and more. And since it came down to her and Kalani last time for this belt, I think you're going to see that come back around, and like by the end of the year, same way we crowned in Santana, we're going to crown Lei as the future and the face of this division. And it's a good side quest for Kalani. Like you said, she wasn't knocking down doors in NXT, not for any fault of her own, just because we have so much talent there that you want her as this polished collegiate athlete gimmick. And she was leaning towards the heel route, and then it's like the Street Profits. Nobody got behind it. Nobody got behind heel Lani. So you do this so she continues to get the reps, continue to build her up and things like that. And it's like, we haven't forgot about you. We still believe in you in this brand. Just we got so much talent right here. We got to feed NXT.
But is Kalani a heel in TNA? She's been presented like a face.
Yeah, so, but you need that. You need that story.
You need a face champion from a different company to dominate that company. That doesn't. It needs to be a heel.
But it's not about. That's the thing, though. It's not about the domination. It's about the elevation of where you're at. Because you got to remember, just because she hasn't had that many title runs, there's a lot of training that Kalani has gone through that the back of that TNA's women division can need. And like you said, again, maybe it is a heel route, but that's the thing about her now being champ. Let's see what this molds her into. So both the women's division and her have a chance to be able to, like, to the mayor's point, reset, start new, and see what this turns them into. Because remember, Trick started getting real stale, and then he got that TNA belt, and completely changed his shit. Now everybody's screaming, send him to the main roster.
But Trick was already leaning into the delusional, I've lost my NXT title. He was showing the heel characteristics. With Kaylani, she's still a face. So why do I want to see a face champion lose from NXT to a TNA heel or a TNA face? You see what I'm saying?
Who said Lei Ming and what she is right now? Is she a face? Is she a heel?
She's face, like she's a face who for some reason got eliminated by AJ Francis last night. That's what I'm saying. Like the book,
who says she don't turn heel after that? That's what I'm saying. Like who says it doesn't turn her into a heel and then defeat Kaylani?
But that's a heel who's going to defeat a face. Like, do you want to see this face champion from NXT, who's TNA Knockouts champion, lose to a heel TNA star? Because you're supposed to save the company. So are people going to embrace a straight up heel? Tweener, maybe.
But again, save what company though? What we trying to save?
To save TNA to get back their championship from a face talent in NXT. That's the whole thing that I'm kind of like, I wish Kaylani would have showed heel traits in the match and cheated to win against Indy. Then I would have been, oh, okay. I see what's going on here. You know what I mean? But she's like representing TNA for Showdown as a face, but still an NXT wrestler, which you kind of, okay, well, she's champion, so she's going to hold down for champion's sakes, but she's still the same Kalani Jordan from NXT. There's been no change to the character, no depth. And that's kind of what I wouldn't mind has seen Indy take the belt off of her because it's Bound for Glory. It's the big show. It's TNA's WrestleMania.
But then you had been the reset. But then you had the same issue if you give it to Indy. Who faces her? That's what I'm saying.
If Indy's a face, then she gets the heels to come after her. That way, it's at least
what's
TNA.
The difference of them coming after Kaylani then?
Because Kaylani's not a TNA wrestler. She's an
she
NXT
is now
wrestler.
though.
She's invaded your company. She's invaded your company as opposed to Indy, who is a TNA star, who is a TNA wrestler. But yes, you can't have somebody
who could also invade NXT. You see, you can't. You can't
to take back her NXT title.
She could. Yeah, again, this is a partnership. Both see. You're saying it like Kalani is the only one that has that. Like Indy couldn't go do that. Indy can go do that. Any of them, Tasha Steelz can go do that.
But who's the NXT champion right now, though?
Huh?
The NXT champion is a heel in JC Jane. So yes, in some way that would make sense if Indy was a face and JC was the heel, because you want to see JC lose.
Yeah, but again,
do you want to see a face Kaylani lose from a TNA heel
to a heel? TNA face? Why would you not? Like that's just basic storytelling. That's like saying, why did you really want to see Rhea lose and go down tonight against Asuka? Like, yes,
that's two different things because they're two WWE stars, two WWE wrestlers. I'm speaking from this invasion standpoint. That's the Kaylani's a colonizer. She's the colonizer. Why are the people
that's
not trying to get her out of here?
But that's over. Showdown is done. So we didn't bypass that. So again, you still have other people going fight right now. If that's the case, Matt Hardy and Jeff are imposers. Are you gonna be mad if Dark State takes it away from them because they're heels?
No, because they're heels and the Hardys are faces. That's my point.
So, but again, so why is that one okay? But a heel TNA star can't take it from an invader of a face Kalani Jordan?
Because Kaylani is the champion of the company. She is the TNA champion as an NXT star.
And
but
the
she's
Hardys
still presenting as a face.
And the Hardys are a face who are now the NXT tag team champions and they're TNA stars.
But but Dark State are heels. You see what I'm saying?
So again, why can't a heel take out a face like Kaylani? Why couldn't Lee go heel and be like pissed off that she lost, that she's been getting this jip, and then roundhouse kick the shit out of Kaylani and take her title back? And then two, we're also skipping the thing of it don't necessarily have to be a heel. She could be an anti-face.
Like a tweener.
So where it's
That's what I
like,
was saying
no,
earlier, like a
I'm
tweener.
just not taking no shit from nobody. Like I'm coming in, I'm with the shits. We doing this my way. And if you don't like it, I'm not finna be so, hey, great job type of shit like this. Nah, man, I'll backhand your ass. I think Kehlani has never had that and should have that as a champion. Until you build up some of these people to where it's like, yo, we're ready for this person to be champ. Indy Hartwell will be TNA Knockouts Women's Champion one day, but she is just popular right now. You don't know if she can carry a whole division into the next phase of what you're going through. So that's what I'm saying. There's nobody there just yet outside of League that needs to be able to go through this shit and get it ready. Ash had been there.
No love for Marsha.
For Marsha, they can't carry a company right now. She couldn't even carry the tag team. The lollipop was the thing that was keeping her popular. And I'm not saying that to diss her. I'm saying like
I'll catch the lollipop too. She throw it. I'm like lollipop.
There you go. And then but that's all you're gonna remember. I remember like, ooh, I remember this beautiful black queen threw me a lollipop.
You said, and then the bell rings. Okay.
And then the bell rung, and that was it. But they're all starting, like you got to think about it. It has not been that long since they were let go from WWE. It has not
all
been
of this
for them to be on the scene.
And ultimately, Councilman, this is all a pivot from Ash and Masha because
so you got that too.
This was likely going to be what Indy and Ash most likely. This was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's probably going to be Indy and Masha. It's probably going to be Indy and Masha.
Masha wouldn't have went over Ash. You think? And
then Indy would have went over Masha.
Masha, yeah.
Because you need no disrespect to Ash. Ash is bigger in personality than moveset, and you needed to have a banger of a match between her and Masha.
Yeah.
So you had to have that banger of a match to be able to fully crown Indy Hartwell. But these are the pivots, and right now it just shows like, hey, we're starting to reset. I don't think it's going to take long either for some of these women to step up to say like, hey, I want to be the next women's knockout champion, especially with what you're saying of you having an invader there. Like this makes you not only have to step up for a heel, but these faces to be able to step up like, yo, I'm going to be the one that I'm going to go the Mike Santana route.
Yeah, it's going to be me. Well, I just wish again, maybe we would have had a knockout win the gauntlet match. I think that would have added a little more spice to it. But again, Carlos, I know you watched the show. If you ever want, us to pitch you anything, we got you, big dog.
Wow.
I think Ced went away to actually write Carlos an email. Send Carlos an email about who to book and how to book the knockouts division because it needs a little serotonin.
My apologies. My room just went black, and I heard the Canadian national anthem playing. So that means TK has come to collect.
Oh man,
don't know what happened. I just don't want to offend nobody today. So TK, I apologize. It's doing this publicly. So don't. You can tell your people they can leave from being parked across the street. We good over here.
They're all parked in maple leaf shaped black Tahoes.
Parked to this, but congratulations again to Kalani Jordan still being TNA Knockouts champion. There's going to be a lot happening within that Knockouts division, and hopefully soon. I mean, I didn't want to. I put my 2 cents in because I actually had the chance to interview Indy over the summer, and she does have the tools to be TNA Knockouts champion. Would not be shocked if they took the same route they did with Mike Santana, trying to get his journey into TNA World Heavyweight Champion, but there's a few ladies out there, and hopefully she will get her lick back soon in the future. But just a quick note, we did have a hardcore war match between Order 4 and the System.
Alicia Edwards, you are a maniac. That's all I want to say. Alicia Edwards took a choke slam from Agent Zero onto thumbtacks, and no. That's all I want to say about that. That was insane. What a match.
Insane.
It was insane.
Mustafa Ali missed the 450 and landed on tacks. I mean, just holy intergender wrestling. what was happening there. That was just insane.
It was insanity. And I did enjoy that match too. Tasha Steelz, Alicia Edwards. I mean, woof.
Yeah,
No
man.
notes.
Shouts to T Steels.
Yeah, no notes. That was
no notes.
And also nice to see Moose out there.
You're just watching like, what is this?
I'm so glad I ain't in this match. That's what he looking like.
Moose hit a spear with the chains on. I'm just very brutal, very physical.
But
for the love of the game, bro. For the love of the game.
But congratulations to the system on getting the match as well. Now this match. Hold on. I don't want to do that. This match right here, the TNA X Division Championship match, Javon Evans, Leon Slater. This match had everything that you wanted. It had the crowd on their feet. We thought at least would happen, and originally ended in a draw, but courtesy of Santino Marella, he put in 5 extra minutes in the match. And while they were going back and forth, we were trying to get a winner. We got an unexpected appearance from Dark State, taking out both Leon Slater and Javon Evans.
LOL TNA. There's only one company that could do this. It's TNA. Just banger. You took a 5-star match and made it like -3 with that poo-poo ending. It's worse than a dusty finish. You know what I mean? It just, you have a time limit, which I think we all forgot X Division matches even had time limits. It's like, what is this episode of WCW Saturday Night? What are you talking about time limit? So, okay, we get the draw. We get it. Both companies, Hickenbottom and Carlos went not even Carlos, Tommy Dreamer and Delirious. They went, to protect their young boys, their young stars. And then Santino comes out 5 more minutes. Yes, we got the Brett Shawn Iron Man match finish we're going to restart the match until we get a winner. And for no reason, them lights go out. And I was hoping that maybe, loyal Massachusetts power grid went out and everything just went dark. But no, here comes Dark State. For what? For why? To run such a classic. What does this, Did they just drop the NXT titles to the Hardys? Why aren't they interfering in the Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys match? Why are they here? Who invited you? Why are you here? You don't even go here. What are you doing? So everyone was chatting bullshit at the end. There was multiple BS chants at the end of the night, which is what you exactly want at your event, to have multiple BS chants at your end of matches. So just ruin what should have been a classic. Like, we should be rewatching this right now and showing our homies. But instead, we can only show like the first 20 minutes and don't show the end.
Said, well, any thoughts on this? Nah.
I'll follow that.
Bro, at this point, I need you to get rid of Dark State. Like, what are we doing? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't get it. I don't get why.
How do you How do you sit in the booker's room and people sit around and say, they look at each other and say, yeah, that's the sauce. That's it. Did y'all taste that? Did y'all get a taste of that?
I'm not pissed. It's just like I don't get it. Like, if it's supposed to be there's no determined winner, why isn't it someone that is like a part of this thing? Like, why Dark State? Like, I did not understand it. Of just like, why are they out here? Why is this the end of a match everybody wanted to see? And so what? So y'all can put them in a tag team match against Dark State on Tuesday?
Oh, that's gonna put a lot of butts in seats.
It was a lot. It was a match that everybody was looking forward to. We knew it was gonna sell. We knew it was gonna in my mind, rejuvenate the X Division title as far as like it goes towards flyers and stuff like that, putting it in a new type of generation. And it was like, this could have been who did Rey Mysterio face at Halloween Havoc? When
it was Eddie. We talked about this. Yeah,
that was the feel
I
got when I saw
Halloween Havoc 97.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I thought we was finna get, and all for us to have fucking Chevron security guards to come mess up all of this shit. Like, I'm sorry, but like Dark State is just like, I don't like it. It don't work.
It's
Like
it's not working.
It's not working at all. It's like, bro, like break this shit up.
Yeah.
Y'all messed it up.
Shield.
Let the Hardys strip them of the titles, bro.
It was done.
This was not it.
Yeah, that was it. And you have them just randomly interfere in this match. Just LOL TNA. You can't help yourselves.
I'd have rather AJ Francis came out and interfered with this match.
And just start choke slamming people.
I'd like that would have made way more sense than just like, hey, well, I can't say that ain't something AJ wouldn't do. So.
Yeah, just be a diabolical hater.
Yeah, I could just chalk it up. Yeah. It's like Dark State.
By the way, wasn't Dion Lennox like in a love story before he joined Dark State?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
I just want to make sure. Like, did he just? So is Dark State like an incel group? Is it their whole thing then? Just incels who were upset. Dion Lennox was like a lover boy, and then all of a sudden he's like, like a Discord chat member now.
That man used to walk around wearing Clark Kent glasses. I'm like, yo,
what are we doing? And now he's
wearing his brother's his older brother's black Air Force One.
Like, why don't you go so long in the front, bro? Paul.
He's listening to the more edgier songs from Drake to get his inspiration.
Have you heard
he's ready to go to work.
Have you heard this Mob Ties record?
Said, do you have any quick thoughts regarding Dark State interfering in this match?
No, I don't. Dark State has reached D'Angelo family levels of we don't care.
I'll give you one better, bro. These motherfuckers that chase you right now.
Oh wow,
they make it against you.
At the very least, it keeps Leon and Javon like spotless. So like you'll see it again and get a determined winner. But it's just one of those things where it's like you could have just did like a non-finish or a double count out, something like that. This is just like going to put us on an unnecessary side mission, taking the story away from like two people who are next up and right now at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's this big thing that we do with like, there was like, oh, they're 21-year-olds and they're upcoming up. Bro, they're right now. Okay. Like they're right now. Like there's a considerable gap in the main event scene. So, I don't like this whole, well, they're 21, 22, so they have to blah, blah. No, man, them dudes is, did you hear the crowd? Did you see the people? Did you see the emotion? This is it. I felt like I was watching me and my brother wrestle in the living room.
And here's my thing I don't get though. Here's the thing I just don't get though. Why y'all feel like we don't want to see them multiple times face each other? Like we don't mind. Like you could have these dudes face each other 7 times in a row, and I will watch all 7.
You could do a series of 7. You could do a trilogy for them.
Yet somehow you won't let this happen. But yet Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are closing Raw in a tag match for 3 months straight
against LA Knight, Usos, Punk, some type of various combination.
Combo between y'all were like, that'll work. But having these guys be in a rivalry and maybe titles keep swapping hands in this rivalry, for some reason, y'all like, nah, nobody wants to see that.
On the same card that has Hardys versus Dudleys, by the way.
Well, by the way, we're actually shifting in that because this is a hard one. Because the final time this has happened, we also had an appearance from Spike Dudley, formerly known as Brother Runt, on TNA.
Popped for Spike. Big pop for Spike.
I got a question though. So does that mean Bubba Ray is also done? Like no more Bully Ray?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, first and foremost, seeing Spike Dudley tells me that Darby Allin will be able to walk in 25 years. It's like maybe Darby has a future.
Spike didn't do nearly what Darby be doing.
Okay, climb Mount Everest. That's it. Okay,
like Spike just went through tables.
Flaming
Darby
tables.
Darby Allin just saw Jackass and was like, bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in a ring. But it's interesting to see because according to Bully Ray,
okay, I understand it now. Shout out to Lethal Shooter. I understand it now.
Yeah,
Darby Allin's whole character is Jackass.
Yeah.
That's his whole character.
Hey, yo, look. Yo, Mayor, I just want you to go watch a clip of Darby Allin doing some insane shit. Before you press play, just look and let him go and put in your head, hi, I'm Darby Allin, and welcome to Jackass.
Yeah.
Watch him jump off. That's Darby Allin.
And then Sting is like the old dad he beats up as well. He's always with him.
That's
it's
it.
ridiculous.
I mean, it could work because Darby and Steve-O met, I think, previously before, so it worked.
Hey, once I wrapped my head around that, I was like, okay, got you. It all makes sense to me.
I think Bubba Ray Dudley's Bully Ray's Wikipedia has him retired as of yesterday. So, I mean, for him to take the boots off, I hope this isn't a thing. Well, Bubba's done, but Bully's still around. Man, it don't get no better than this, Bubba Ray Dudley. You know, you retired with your brother by your side against, you know, one of your best opponents ever in a match that you guys are known for. I don't want to see you fighting Killer Cross at like Hog Wrestling in 4 months, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it. This is great, man. Bust it open, Dave LaGreca, do your thing. Like, enjoy you there and just enjoy, man. Enjoy it. This was it. This was fine.
And I feel like it wasn't planned either. I think this was a genuine moment that they surprised the Hardys at the end of the match, where beautiful story they told in ring. I like that. Of course, Bubba kind of went out on his shield, kind of very much like Sean Flair-ish, where it's like, damn, that's all I got. You got me. I'm not gonna hit you with a chair, big dog. We're just gonna put you in this table together. And then they gave their boots up. I'm actually surprised. I remember we were at Fourth Rope, and I was thinking to we were all, I think collectively, the three of us were thinking like, can Devon even go? You know, like can Devon do anything? And they put on a great showing for the fans. And I think if you're going to close a chapter like this between these two, it, like Kane said, it doesn't get any better than this for all four members.
Yeah.
Devon Dudley saw that ladder and hit the Michael Jordan. No, me. He saw that ladder come out. Was like, no, we didn't him on the ladders now, did we?
Tables. That's what we talked about. We talked about tables.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
It was everything you needed it to be, and the ending was just incredible. Like seeing Jeff bust out in tears, like getting them boots. That's like to Mayor's part. Like you could tell this wasn't playing. Like Jeff could not hold that shit back. And I'm like, yo, this is where it's at. This is the moment to have it. But this is like, these are things that because of the partnership, this is why you get this. This is the benefit of having this partnership with WWE, because we now get to immortalize moments like this, because you better be damn sure they're going to show this when the Hardys want to finally hang everything up. Yeah. And it's the end of a moment, and everybody got to witness it because all of us talking about it, all of us watched it. Like none of us said one time that like, yo, this match should be like on a WWE PLE. We didn't need it. It gave us everything we wanted. It's dope to see them like lace up the boots. And crazy enough, they're the first ones to retire out of the people that made the TLC match famous. Mm-hmm. So just curious as to who would be the next ones. Will it be Edge and Christian, or will it be the Hardys?
Well, Edge got a new neck, so he ain't going nowhere. Pause. But you know, that thing is refurbished. That thing got a bunch of miles on it. It can go some more. It feels like Matt's next, but I don't know if Jeff is going to want to do it by himself.
I think they'll do it together. I think this whole run is about Jeff's kind of redemption, the way he left WWE with the wellness violations and all the like things he had to deal with to get, I guess, sober again. I think this is his love letter to wrestling. And the fact, I think I saw something that said the fact that Jeff is the most healthy and non-injury prone of the six, like says a lot, because he does the most stunts.
Yeah, I think Jeff's the youngest too. So you know, even though his body's had the most tolls, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe they did the WrestleMania spot, like, you know, off the ladder. Just
and then like he hit his head, back of his head, neck on that bottom rung of the ladder too.
Yeah, but he was like, "No, I'm good. You know, Jeff Hardy don't feel no pain. Pain feels Jeff Hardy.
You don't.
Okay. Yeah. So, Bubba Ray had to go through a table to end it. I love that ending, by the way. Again, he had to go through a table.
Yeah, but Courtney, tag team match. I know these are one of your favorites to always be able to witness. So, just your thoughts on just seeing this one final table.
It's very crazy how this has all come up, because I know tag team wrestling historically has not been the most sexiest of all things in wrestling. I get it. But just seeing these two, and even if you grew up in the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, you know how important the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian has been important with tag team wrestling. Honestly, if I had a little bit of flashbacks when they had the first tables match in 2000 at Madison Square Garden at the Royal Rumble, where it was the Dudleys and the Hardys facing off one-on-one with each other. Obviously, 16. It's everything that you need it to be. And also for every person that is starting to watch wrestling now, please watch all the matches. Please watch every single match, that not just the Dudleys, the Hardys, Edge and Christian, all the matches they were in, and you could see why we still love the sport that we do. I was very grateful that I got to meet not just Matt and Jeff, but I also got to meet both Bubba Ray and Devon at an event in Philly. So I was very grateful to meet both of them, and not just on me, but also on everybody else. And it makes me really excited that I think it's time for wrestling to really make tag team relevant. It's time for them to make relevant. I know with Raw and SmackDown, we always go back and forth the last couple of weeks. Well, the matches are there, but the storylines are dead. But I just think for this one, this should explain why we do love tag team wrestling, and even the historic rivalry they had. It just made me really happy. And also seeing Spike Dudley, or Brother Run, or whatever you want to call him, it was just really nice to see him back there. And definitely congratulations to all four teams. Very curious what's next for the Hardys, since they have both the NXT and TNA. But this was all sentimental value throughout the whole match. And we have the main event. We have Trick Williams taking on Mike Santana for the TNA World Heavyweight title. Both of them really delivered. And we had a surprise appearance from Conan. We had a surprise appearance by Conan during Mike Santana's entrance. So it was really nice to see him. But also, we have a new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mike Santana, beating Trick Williams, and also his daughter at ringside, and sending congratulations to Mike Santana on finally doing the impossible, putting a smile on his daughter's face. And just wanted to get you guys' quick thoughts on how did you feel Mike Santana finally did it. And also, I'm happy they did not pull a CM Punk on him, because we did see Frankie Kazarian and Nick Nemeth come out, but thankfully Elijah made his return.
Elijah came back. I popped for that, but I mean, who had that long deep sigh? Who was that? Was that said? Oh, that was you. Go ahead, Councilman. You have the floor.
I don't like that was the ending. I don't like that was the ending. The whole like Nick Nemeth and them coming out like.
Oh yeah, they didn't need that.
Yeah, for me, this should have been like, especially if you just had Showdown, this should have been where this should have ended like Triple Mania first when they got the WWE partnership and Vikingo won. Everybody should have been out celebrating Mike Santana bringing the TNA championship back.
Clear the lockers like they did for Rhea in NXT when she first won. It should have been that type of moment.
Exactly. With him and his daughter right there, bring out the streamers, pop the streamers up, like give us the entire thing of like, hey, this is the guy who we are now betting on as the TNA championship. I mean, the TNA champion. I love these moments and stuff, but it's like those little missing pieces is what I feel like y'all can really do to fully let a story be told, because we've all been waiting for this to happen. Like every time when we talk about it, even when the mayor would say, if it don't happen now, then when? Especially when we got it for Bound for Glory. If it don't happen now, then it ain't gonna happen. And he did it. And I just think like it should have been more of a focus on him rather than trying to go for shock and awe, just like how they did with the Vision like today on Monday Night Raw. But congrats to him. Like I said, he's been deserved to be champion. He's shown it, and I'm glad that they pulled the trigger on it and let him finally be the one that's at the top of the mountain. But I would have preferred for him to be better celebrated and this story be better celebrated.
I agree with you, Councilman. It was very subdued. It was very like I needed a little more pop and circumstance because Bound for Glory, again, it is a reset. It is we have defeated the big bad evil witch Trick Williams. He is out of here. He got beat up by Mike Santana and Mike Santana's daughter. He caught a slap to the face from Mike Santana's daughter. Like, just smacked him in the face. And I just felt like the moment was missed a little bit in terms of, letting it be known that this is unquestionably the Mike Santana era. This is it. We'll worry about whatever Nemeth and Kazarian are doing Thursday on Impact. Well, next Thursday on Impact, because I believe they're going to just do a best of this Thursday, which is a little weird to me. But so if TNA is going to be gone dark for a whole week until a new episode, then hell yeah, they should have leaned into this and let it be known that ding dong, the witch is dead. Mike Santana has saved us. So I felt like the pop and circumstance was missed a little bit. And it kind of makes me worry about the type of run that Mike Santana is going to have now.
Well, we'll see more on that hopefully after Bound for Glory, because I'm sure this is going to be very interesting. But congratulations again to Mike Santana on finally being the guy to run TNA, and looking forward to seeing a title reign. And we do have two more stories before we get out of here, because it is a doubleheader from Monday Night Football. We did get an announcement during Bound for Glory. TNA Genesis will be their first pay-per-view of 2026 in Dallas, Texas. We did get the official announcement during the total broadcast. So best way to kick off in 2026, and sending congratulations to the TNA team. But just wanted to get your quick thoughts on their first pay-per-view being in the Lone Star State of Texas.
Will Von Erich be there? Dallas. Okay. When the last time TNA's been in Dallas? It's been a minute. Notice it hasn't put the location yet. I thought it was awkward. It just said Dallas. OTW coming soon. Veer Mahan comes to Raw type of energy. I felt with that. I was a little worried that Trick still might be champion, because remember they showed the preview for it before the main event, and Trick was in it and a couple other WWE wrestlers. So it tells me that this partnership, showdown, invasion, happenstance, hootenanny between NXT and TNA is going to continue into Genesis, into the new year.
I mean, it'll be a good look. I'm sorry for anybody who ever has to go to Dallas. First off,
I agree.
Anybody that has to go to a place that smells like Pepto-Bismol and despair, I always feel bad. But
they got a Papa Dose.
They got a dose. Is what they got.
They got a dose. Yeah.
They got a dose. The Papa left and never came back. But for Genesis, hey, I mean it's a wrestling city. So, and you got a partnership with TNA. Your stock is rising, especially with the the ticket gate that y'all had, man. It's just all the right moves. So hopefully they do the same thing they did for Bound for Glory, man. Fill them up and keep the stories coming. So congrats to them.
Said, any thoughts?
Yeah, hopefully it's a good look for them. Everything's on the up. I think you can see that the partnership with WWE is profitable. Maybe this is like a venue they get 10K plus in. That's the hope. I mean, I know days, weeks, months, any time now you're going to hear about the weekly TV deal that's supposed to drop. So good things for TNA. And really quick on the main event from yesterday, that was a top 3 Trick Williams match. So sending him over to TNA was the right call. Was he ready for the main roster before this run? No. Is he ready now? Possibly. So, I mean, be on the lookout for something like that, because I think it can only benefit Trick and possibly Mello if they reunite them on SmackDown.
Side note, Genesis, I wonder will it be at the same venue that AEW did their stuff? what was that? The Caldwell Center or whatever it's called. I think it's called Caldwell Center.
Yeah, that's something like that.
I wonder what they do with their number 2 promotion. Let's see.
We shall we shall see on that. But speaking of AEW news and New Japan news to end tonight's show, definitely want to give a congratulations to Konosuke Takeshita on winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Zack Sabre Jr. Sending congratulations to him, and just want to get you guys' quick thoughts on winning.
I forgot who I get credit to this to. It's either May or you. One of y'all called this out. Okay, that needed to happen.
Just like you said earlier in the show. Hey, what's my man's name? Big Yashi. I know we had beef, but now I don't want to fight right now. I just want you to run me my check. Run me my money, because I've been saying Takeshita needs to be the face of the brand for months. Months. And I fucks with Zack Sabre Jr. But this your ticket. You want to build more New Japan stars, bring more people from the States to love the brand. This is your ticket. And the story about him being turned away from the dojo, just like Okada was in the past, and kind of having to rebuild himself around the world and become a staple for this promotion, this is the right move. That is the guy. And whenever you can do Takeshita and Okada and him go over Okada on New Japan soil, we cooking with grease. Cooking with grease. You have your star for the next decade. Now.
Yeah.
About damn time.
The sound that came out of my body when I saw this, I never knew my body could make that type of sound when I saw fucking Konosuke Takeshita as IWGP World Champion. I mean, it was like, wow. It was wow. It was the noise. Wow. I can't even replicate it. I was so happy to see this. I mean, man, like, how could they botch this for so long? But for us, real New Japan grapplers who up at 4 a.m. watching some random event, dog, to finally see this happen, because it was getting a little stale out here. You know what I'm saying? We had to sit through a Sonata run, just saying. And, they mercifully gave it back to Zack Sabre Jr. to kind of run with it again. And then we had like that weird Goto situation happen. Nah, bro. End it. No. So I'm happy that we got to see the alpha. We got to see the wins over Omega. We got to see his growth pay off. And oddly enough, it's almost like a Mercedes Moné situation where all her bangers happen outside of AEW. All of Takeshita's like bangers happen outside of AEW in New Japan. And it's only fitting that the guy that wins the G1, the guy they've been setting up the whole time as the future of New Japan Pro Wrestling, is in AEW. And now it's almost like we've course corrected the timeline, and somehow, some way, we're going to get Okada and Takeshita at Wrestle Kingdom January 4th. It's going to happen. They're somehow setting the storyline up on American television just to make, what they do at Wrestle Kingdom happen. And I'm sure they're going to do like last year with AEW and have like the mixed card as well, just a whole 3 days of wrestling in January. But January 4th, Wrestle Kingdom, we're going to get Takeshita versus Okada for the IWGP.
Didn't they do the bit because today is Don Callis' birthday too?
It is his
birthday
as
well. So they got a birthday gift.
The whole thing where Takeshita phoned in with his belt, and then Okada hung up the phone and said it was just bad service or some shit.
And also with the fact too, they're facing off for the tag team titles this weekend at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah. So Okada's gonna pull up and gotta look at his man's with his title. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, that looks interesting. I kind of missed it. I remember when that was my.
I remember when I had that belt.
Yeah, they used to be my girl, man.
With him being champ, you can kind of see that the way Takeshita is booked outside of AEW is way better. Like he has kind of the aura in AEW, but like not the vote of confidence, And I feel like him being IWGP champ now, maybe you'll start seeing more of that in the States. But I mean, if not, man, just let this man be a full-time New Japan star.
Court, put that picture back up of Takeshita, if you can. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
He is champ. Oh, he will beat Okada. I've been saying this the last couple of weeks. He's going to be the one to do it because if you didn't get Kenny to do it, I don't know why Takeshita. And if you can't get Takeshita to beat Okada, then what are we doing?
Don't fuck this up, Tanahashi.
Yeah, Ace, you and Ghetto over there, you know what I'm saying, BS and lollygagging. Ghetto's still booking over there, right? Or is it just Ace doing everything?
I think it's both.
Oh yeah, both of them. Yeah. Look, that's money. They've been worried, like New Japan's been worried about New Japan Strong or New Japan America. Everything that's been going on here. I'm about to sign up for the dojo. Right, the dojo is right down the street from us. I said we need to sign up for the
down the street from my parents' house. It's right there.
We need to sign up for the New Japan dojo so we can be young boys and get beat up by Takeshita.
If I sign up for the dojo, I just want you to know that, like Hickenbottom, we already talked about that last week. This is for you, Ace, because I want my 11th belt back.
Oh my God.
And you did with Azumi, and I had to see it in person. And then she wasn't even no real champion. She already lost the belt. We didn't need to take that belt off Mercedes. You didn't need to do that. Again, shock value for the sake of does nothing. There was no payoff to that. I don't care if you're about to retire or not. You got one more. You got one more.
One more in Japan.
One more. Well, she's eyeing the IWGP Women's Championship belt, so we shall see if she gets that belt. But don't be greedy.
I don't know. We need 20.
Now you're pushing me and greedy.
I want all the Joshies. I want all the Parasol.
That is greedy.
That is elevating women's wrestling. That's elevating the brand.
20 belts. Where's she gonna put all 20 belts on her?
Listen, that's 20 people that get a job.
10 on each arm.
That's 20 people that get a job right there.
I got to do the money.
All right,
what's the unemployment rate right now? We trying to.
She provides jobs right now.
She better hope she pays them.
They pay her. You mean? Yeah.
What you mean? You saw the deal she got.
Yeah.
She can't pay these people.
She better. That's all I gotta say when you're the highest paid woman.
You saw the shade being thrown. Wow, the shade. Ain't never talked about the money ever like that. They're I hope she able to pay. Wow. We've never talked about Tony like that. Wow.
I think Fulham's gonna.
This court case has got Courtney acting different, man.
No,
you can see it.
No, I just think it's full of conspiracy because I don't know why the hell out of all days you want Wednesdays. I don't know why out of all days because this is what happens when you're good at your job. I don't know why because it should say in your contract if you're gonna take over Wednesdays, get your ass to do a watch along. Because when was the last time you watched a watch along? When was the last time you watched AEW Dynamite? When was the last time you watched an AEW pay-per-view?
Again, we're talking about things that I'm contractually not obligated to talk about. You have to talk to my representation.
You got that white boy lawyer that Trick Williams had last night.
We've established that the mayor doesn't do watch-alongs. TK, until she bumps up the salary there, watch-alongs don't happen. This happened because the people requested CEO Wednesday nights. Not the mayor. Not the mayor. This the people. Just like the people request Monday Night Mayor and I oblige happily. Who am I to deny the people of their desires?
No one asked for CEO Wednesday.
I didn't create the graphics. The people created the graphics for the Wednesday night CEO watch-alongs and stuff like that. And they create the set down for Fridays, not the mayor. I think your anchor is a little misguided here.
No, it's not anchor. It's not anchor, but we shall see because we have a doubleheader for Monday Night Football. I know everybody wants to get out of here on this Monday edition of WWT Live, but Will, where can the people find you?
You can find me at crownandcloak.shop. That's where you can find me. It's the holidays. Go get you something for your friends. Go get you something for your family. It's over 700 pieces and items there for you to get, from t-shirts, pillows, hoodies. Okay, it's hoodie season. Buy two. So when your girlfriend steals yours, you got another one. At crownandcloak.shop. journals, everything. Yeah, we got it all. Yeah, you got to get prepared because y'all hoodies are finna get real thin if you have a significant other. So yeah, that's where y'all can follow and support you.
Said, where can the people find you?
You can find me many places. Like you found me here today for an apparent Monday night post show, and also on Wednesdays. CEO Wednesdays is a common thing. You can find me live tweeting, find me on this network. But where you'll find me in the immediate aftermath of this program is in front of my television, watching the Commanders on a Monday night, watching them beat the Bears. So I'm not going to give you any socials. I'm not going to give you any type of acronyms, anything like that represent how you find me on Twitter or X or IG. I'm just going to give you 4 letters. HTTC. That's all that matters tonight.
Kane, where can the people find you?
At Kane McCoy. Check the Women's Wrestling Talk Instagram. You can see me and TK smiling with the Bellas. That was fun. I think the podcast is out too today, so you can hear TK ask the Bellas a very, very dope question as well. And also 4 letters, 1 word, which is HTTC. But I think if you say it, it's
Hey, Courtney, man, where can they find you? Because I don't know what the fuck that was. I didn't know if you was having a stroke or
I don't know either. But
hey, be a star. Don't be a bully. Be a star. You heard that? Be a star. Be a star.
The people can find me chirping sporadically on WWT Live any day of the week. I'm happy to be on. Wednesdays, we're not dealing with this bullshit CEO Wednesdays. It is my day. It is Timeless TV Wednesday. And you know what? If you want to sue people, I can counter sue you if I want to. I can if I want to, because I don't care if I need a lawyer. I can just do it on my own. And I don't care if I have to put up a fight with it, because Wednesdays are Timeless Elite Wednesdays, because you're getting a 3-hour watch along for AEW. Damn.
Well, I
mean, you're getting 3 hours of AEW Dynamite and Collision, because it's the final Dynamite before Wrestle Dream. And I'm also, since you want to put that in the lawsuit, I'm also doing a watch along for Wrestle Dream this weekend. So, and I don't exclude anyway. So if you want to pull up, you're more than happy to jump on my watch along on Wednesdays, because that's what I do. I don't exclude anybody, regardless of the circumstance. But in all seriousness, the people can find me on my socials at CourtneyNJ11 on Twitter and Instagram. Please check out my latest interview where I interviewed Georgia Smith, the daughter of the British Bulldog. It is up on YouTube channels today. Very fun conversation with her. She talked about her dad's legacy, her cousin Natty, and everything else. So feel free to check out that, and feel free to check out the content that I have. Do want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Our producer from the future, Dylan, Boza, Sindel, Special Little Nobodies. Shout out to DJ Magic J of the Mega Powers podcast for jumping on. Maria, everybody for jumping on Women's Wrestling Talk on this Monday. And if you did not know, feel free to check out this latest archive that we're doing courtesy of Boss Lady TK, creating everything that we're doing in support of women's wrestling. And make sure to follow Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening, and we will see you on Wednesday.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches January 1st, 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.